Oh my gosh, I have had this box of ostomy supplies for 3 weeks sitting on our kitchen table, and I have just not had the chance to open them. Hey guys, it's Maggie and I am back today, and yeah, we do have this box. We've had it for some time now. This is a box of all of my ostomy supplies, but as you can imagine, my available time at least for myself to do things like check out my ostomy supplies that arrived is kind of limited. I'm really learning how true that is in new motherhood. So I do want to take a look at this. I think it's really important when you do receive your ostomy supplies that you open them up, check them out, make sure that what you ordered is what you got, because we've had a few instances where that has not been the case. We've gotten some strange things like 2,500 adhesive remover wipes. But yeah, so important to do that. Gosh, I am really learning. I think I was maybe looking at motherhood with rose-colored glasses, not in a bad way at all. Not in a bad way at all. I'm not saying that negatively, but I'm learning that there are things that you just will not have time for. And obviously this is one of those things. I'm taking the opportunity now while Nova is in the other room half asleep, not fully asleep. This is my time to do it, but there are certain things that you can let go. You can have a dirty house, you can slack on cleaning a little bit. One of the things that I cannot let go is caring for my ostomy. Health is so important, but I think Crohn's in general, there are certain symptoms that I've been able to be like, you know what, we can worry about that tomorrow. But when it comes to my ostomy, if it's leaking, I can't just let it leak. If it's completely full, I can't just leave it. I have to go empty it. So that has been a very interesting dynamic that I've been learning about. And with these new realizations, I am starting to get some anxiety around my ostomy that I have not felt in 15 years, since I got Leroy. It's so weird. It's so weird to be worried about things that I have been very chill about. I've always been very chill about having to empty my bag in public. Like, if I have to empty, I'll find a bathroom. If I can't find a bathroom, I have an ostomy. Honestly, I can empty anywhere. But now, oh my gosh. So I thought we could talk about that today because I didn't realize. But I do want to thank today's sponsor, which is Halo Ostomy Guard. And I need to tell you guys, they've played a big role in kind of alleviating some of these anxieties that I've had. The more recent anxieties, especially, just because the focus can't always be on my ostomy. If you've ever worried about protecting your stoma, whether it be, I don't know, maybe you play sports, or maybe you work a job that's hands-on and maybe your stoma gets in the way. Or maybe you're worried about protecting your stoma from just it being able to drain, like you wear tighter clothing, it presses on your stoma a little too hard and your bag can't drain. That's more what I've been worried about. I have to share with you the Halo Ostomy Guard because I bought it, oh gosh, I bought an iteration of this probably 1.5 years ago, maybe a little bit more. I remember it was winter time, lost it, got another one. That's how much I liked it because I was wearing yoga pants that were high-waisted and I realized my ostomy is not draining. I needed something that was going to go over my stoma, allow it to still flow, and provide me a little bit of protection. That is exactly what the Halo Ostomy Guard has done. And anytime that I show this in a video, I get questions about it. How the heck does it work? It is an ostomy guard, but obviously if you type in ostomy guard on Google, you're gonna see much bigger versions. Usually they're belts, they're a little bit more bulky. This obviously is not that. This is a nice low profile ostomy guard that Velcros. That's how it adheres to your ostomy bag and goes right over your stoma. It has a little bit of a rounding here at the bottom, so when it sticks over your stoma, it still allows it to flow, which is really neat. That's exactly why I bought it. I had tried a number of different ostomy guards, especially in high school when I was playing soccer. They were all belts. There were some that worked better than others, but sometimes they slid up. They were really annoying. It felt like I was adjusting them. I felt like people could see them under my clothes, which you could. I wish this existed because this is so low profile, you can't see it under clothing, and because it sticks directly onto your ostomy bag, it's not going to slide around. It's going to stay right where it needs to be on your stoma, protecting it. Now that I've got baby Nova, obviously my focus is going to be her 99% of the time. When we're out and about, I have this fear that I'm just not going to notice my bag leaking, like there's going to be too much pressure on it. That actually just happened the other day. I was with my friend and I had to have Zach hold Nova because she was sitting right on my stoma, placing a lot of pressure. My bag was filling. I had the bag kind of tucked into my jeans. It was, yeah, it could have been bad, but I caught it. Thank goodness. If I had had this guy on, that would have been a smart choice because that would have allowed it to continue flowing even though I had it tucked in. And I wouldn't have had to worry. There are so many opportunities where I'm carrying her. I also have this little belt that goes around my waist, kind of provides a seat so I don't have to, exert as much energy carrying her. And it goes right over my stoma. Oh my gosh, right over it. So I have to use this guy when I use it. It's so convenient. But I need something to protect my stoma, so that's why I'm using this. It's fantastic. The Halo Ostomy Guard is just a simple and small way to protect your stoma. It comes in a really cool kit where you get the guard, but you also get the Velcro strips. You can take the guard off of your bag, keep the Velcro strip on, and stick it on when you're ready to use it again. And I had mentioned to the company that I lost my first guard, and so they started replacing them for free if you do lose them. I think that is an awesome perk. And also, if you guys decide, hey, I want to check this out, I might get one myself, I want you to know that we are donating a portion of the profits to Friends of Ostomates Worldwide. So I'll give more details about that in the description below so you can see that, but as well as the link so you can check this guy out. It has been so cool. I just throw it in my purse now. I just keep one in my purse. And it comes with me everywhere just in case. It's so tiny that, it's nothing in there compared to the millions of other things I now have to bring with me. They're an awesome company. Check them out. Yeah, I'm just grateful for this because, wow, time is limited and focus is limited. We're learning a lot over here. One of the most important things that I've learned so far is to utilize the time when it presents itself because it can be a little more rare now. So, while Nova is hopefully, we're all good. I have a baby monitor right here, so I keep peeking at her. I'm gonna open this up and see what we got. The funny thing is, and I'll tell you about this in a little bit, I might not be using these supplies for long. How the heck do I get this open? This is such a weird box. Do I open it here? Do we rip it? We did. Oh, that was so loud. I did not know it was going to be that loud. I probably should have realized. Is there another way I can open this? What is this box? They didn't used to send them in these boxes. Yay. I don't know if this is a big enough hole to take everything. You know what? You do what you can. Oh. Okay, let's see. That looks right. My closed pouches. Okay, we've got some 𝙗𝙗𝙧𝙗𝙗 seals here, a couple of boxes of those. And let's see, my moldable skin flange in the right size. Always important to check that you're getting the right size too. I have gotten flanges that don't fit the bags, so just an FYI for you there. And I have another box of my flanges and another box of the closed pouches. And I always get asked, how does insurance pay for this? Well, if you get closed pouches, you get a whole lot more, usually. At least that's how it's always worked with all my different insurances and all my different supply companies I've tried. So yeah, I get 60 closed pouches per month, which is a lot more than the typical drainable end pouches. And the last thing in here is stoma powder. So it looks like this is all right. Yeah, we're good to go. Hopefully I'll have a little bit of time to be able to put that away. I don't know how likely that is, but let me bring you back closer again because I feel like I'm shouting across the room. Something else kind of interesting when it comes to being a mom with an ostomy is how I feel like my stubbornness around choosing my ostomy supplies is sort of vanishing. I have been very stubborn, very stuck in my method of non-drainable bags, two-piece, emptying through the ring. I have done that for years. I mean, I discovered that pretty early on in my ostomy journey, probably like 12 or 13 years ago. I started doing the closed pouch method and really liked it. I liked how low profile it was. I found it easier to empty. I found it cleaner to empty. But it's not working with my lifestyle anymore. It's not working with my health anymore. And I've kind of gone back and forth about changing to this one drainable one-piece bag. But I've been so stuck with my two-piece version. It's what I've always done. It's what has worked for the most part. But, you probably, a lot of you, if you have an ostomy, you've realized when there's some major lifestyle change, hey, a kid, that's a pretty big lifestyle change. Things might have to be adjusted with your ostomy or other parts of your care. And so I'm really discovering that. I feel like I haven't had a lifestyle change as significant as this one that would warrant me switching my products. But now I feel like I kind of have to. So I'm learning to be a lot more open-minded and try things. Honestly, I have a bag that I'm fairly certain I want to use. It's the Esteem Convatec bag. But maybe I should order samples of other ones. I know Coloplast has a great bag, but I unfortunately just seem to be allergic to their products. I don't know why. So I'm really looking at the Esteem one. And part of the reason with that too, and this is something I've never, should I say never? I don't know. I don't often deal with is the confidence problem. But my body has changed. It has changed. It's the first time in my life so dramatically it feels like overnight your body changes because you give birth and then things are looser and your scars are darker. I didn't expect that. My scar just is so much more noticeable. And so I don't really feel as confident as I always have with my ostomy. I know a lot of people struggle with that. Just having a major surgery and just a total physical change, that is a lot. That can really knock your confidence. I'm grateful, I think, because I had my surgery young and it made me feel so much better. That helped a lot with feeling good with my ostomy bag. But now I want a bag that looks really nice. I want one that holds up a little bit better. There are certain elements too with my health of how emptying my ostomy has been a struggle. It really has been. I am also learning that I need to take every opportunity, any opportunity to empty my bag, because now it's not just me. I can't just, oh, bag's full, go to the bathroom. If I'm carrying around Nova most of the day, there's definitely points throughout the day where my bag fills up. Maybe I ate something and it rushes through me and suddenly I need to empty. But I can't really do that very well holding a baby. I've realized I need both hands to deal with my ostomy. So I am learning so quickly that I need to take the opportunity if it presents itself, if I am hands-free, go empty, go deal with the ostomy. The other day we went to visit my sister-in-law and Nova's kind of adopted Nanny. And we were all hanging out and Nanny wanted to hold Nova. And so when I handed her over, I hightailed it to the bathroom, even though there was just a little bit in my bag, because every little bit counts when my bag is filling very quickly, with these postpartum hormones, whatever they're doing to my bowels. Things happen quickly. So any little amount that I can get out, that sounds silly, but it matters. It does matter. So I took the opportunity to deal with it because you know what? I have really realized that my focus has just so shifted to Nova, where I don't notice things as readily or as easily as I used to. When it was just me, it was really easy for me to just, feel around my ostomy area, make sure it's good. You can kind of feel the skin, you can feel if the bag is peeling up or lifting, and that's not happening as much anymore, which is, that gives me a little bit of anxiety because I've missed some pretty hardcore leaks. The other day I was downstairs sitting in my chair holding Nova, and I had a huge leak simply because I didn't clip on my bag to my flange fully. So there was a little space for output to sneak out, and it snuck out. It certainly did, all over. Didn't notice. It was like down my leg and stuff. And I didn't notice. This is the crazy part. I would have totally, before I had her, I would have definitely caught this probably the instant that I felt the first little bit. I didn't catch it until we went upstairs, came to the bathroom here for me to shower, and I was taking my clothes off. Isn't that crazy? So along with taking every opportunity for me to empty if it presents itself, I'm checking out my bag. I'm making sure that I fully clipped it. I don't know if that's mom brain or just, you know, I just didn't clip it together fully. I'm taking every opportunity I can to just make sure things are looking good. The fact that I missed that leak though just really showed me, you know what, your attention obviously is elsewhere, which of course it's going to be, but it does take the attention off of my ostomy, and I can't pay as closely attention to it. So I have to take those rare opportunities to just make sure we're all good. Because I feel like the focus is taken away too, I am also learning to change more frequently. I know I've shared on here, especially throughout pregnancy, where I was like just too tired or I was too nauseated to change my own bag. I've learned to change my bag more frequently. I am not going 5 days. I am trying to change it probably every 3 days minimum, because I feel like, because I'm not constantly looking at it, the fresher the bag, the more reliable it feels. Man, you could see, I just emptied this, and it's already, that's what I'm talking about. My output just speeding up, it's kind of annoying, and not an opportune time for it to do it. There's so many times that, you know, I wanted to see how much life I could get out of a bag, or, you know, wanted to maximize my supplies because I was buying them out of pocket. Thankfully, that's not the case anymore. Yeah, I've definitely been changing more frequently. Plus, with the summer heat and everything, it's been helpful for my skin too. Can we just talk about how well behaved my stoma was there? That was a miracle. It does not do that. It's it's hard to change my bag, but thank you for behaving on camera. Okay, now let's talk about how I know I'm stubborn when it comes to the bags that I use, and my methods are a little bit different, but I think I might be changing things soon, which is a little scary but also exciting. My output is a lot looser and it's coming a lot faster, and I don't always know when it's gonna be fast. And so my method of taking off my entire ostomy bag off of the flange to empty, it doesn't always bode well. Okay, you could probably picture, you take your ostomy bag off and your stoma's shooting. It's not great, it's not great. That has been a real problem. Like, I had to wash a pair of shorts, hand wash a pair of shorts yesterday because they got destroyed. That's not fun. And so now I'm like, you know what? Maybe having a bag that you don't remove when you empty is actually a positive thing. And it'll be a learning adjustment because I'm just not used to draining like a Velcro ended pouch. I always struggled with getting them perfectly clean, but I shared, probably about a year ago, I shared the Esteem bag and we went to Cape May, and I had no problems getting the end of it clean when I emptied. And I was emptying in a public restroom. That's a lot harder for me. So that's why I'm leaning towards that bag. There's some other ones that I know that I can't get as clean, especially if the plastic is really flimsy. So I feel like that'll also help my confidence, but it is sort of weird to just all of a sudden be like, what's going on with my body? Why does it look like that? Not in a negative way though, because it did some pretty cool stuff. let's be real, did a pretty amazing thing with Nova. Yeah, the postpartum ostomy care has been totally wild. Not to mention like just the changing stoma size, which you guys saw. It has continued to shrink, and sometimes I feel like it's smaller than before I ever got pregnant. So that's wild. It looks so tiny compared to pregnancy stomas. They're huge. So yeah, gosh, there's different things that make me a little anxious now with my stoma care, and I'm sure that I will gain that confidence back. Your whole life changes when you have a kid, and I feel like anything you do, you lose your confidence. Even just going to the grocery store, I still haven't done that by myself with Nova because that's a lot by myself. A screaming baby, and potentially she's doing good, but gosh, your life completely changes. So yeah, I'm glad that I could share some of these experiences with you and just how we're trying to adjust as best as we can. And obviously I showed you the Halo Ostomy Guard. Even just like today, I'm bringing it because we're going to an aquarium with Nova. Like stuff like that, it makes me not have to think about my ostomy as much because my focus isn't going to be my ostomy. So it's like, all right, I don't have to worry about it because there are certain other things like the guard that are just helping me keep it flowing and protecting the stoma. So please make sure to check them out in the description below, and let me know if you have an ostomy and you have a child. Let me know how that's working out for you. It's a wild ride, isn't it? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you are looking for a way to help support my channel, consider liking this video or even subscribing. You can also check out my store at LetsTalkIBD.shop. I have stickers and hoodies like these guys over here, just related to chronic illness and inflammatory bowel disease, something fun. And I also have a coupon code for my YouTube watchers. You could also become a member of my channel like the wonderful people scrolling on screen here. They've become a member and they have access to videos a little bit earlier. It's a great way to support my channel, and really, just watching my videos means the world. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next.